If you've got 3,000 people on your email list, but only 17 of them are opening your emails, that's not exactly an audience. That is more like digital dead weight.
In this episode, we're talking about how to clean up your email list the right way and why a smaller list can actually get you more sales and be more effective. And then we'll talk through what signs to look for when your list is quietly dying behind the scenes. I'm Janae.
And I'm Brooke, and this is the Big Bad Marketing Podcast. We are two women running a marketing agency who know what it's like to build something from the ground up. This isn't a podcast about how to scale to 1,000 employees or advice from billion-dollar founders who are light years ahead of where you're at. This show is for the real small business owner. It's the financial planner, the leadership coach, the HVAC technician, the athletic trainer, the business owners with small budgets, busy lives, and big dreams to build real sustainable businesses that actually support their lifestyles. So if you want to DIY your small business marketing on a budget, you are in the right place. Let's
Let's
do
do this.
this.
Okay, so the cold hard truth about email marketing is mixed. Let's say it like that. Email marketing has the highest ROI, return on investment, of any other marketing tactic out there, any other type of marketing. And that's a stat I've seen at this point for like years. Like it continues to be. Is that part of your experience too, Brooke? Like
Oh, 100%.
100%. 100% of the time, every time, email marketing is the best way to market, which, like, you didn't hear it from me, but also you 100% heard it from us. Like, email marketing has something like 36 to 1 is the statistic that's constantly quoted on like LinkedIn and HubSpot and all of these different tools. But if your email list is bloated and you have 3,000 people and no one's actually reading anything you say, then that ROI isn't going to exist for you. And you're one of the people with your hands up, like, why does my email marketing not work? And okay, let's look at some other facts here. Only about 20% of marketing emails even get opened. And 45% of email marketers say that low engagement with their emails, so that means like opening it, clicking on it, and then converting from clicking, is their biggest problem. Like the biggest problem with their list is that the people on the list don't actually engage with the emails. And I mean, there's so many more. It's like open rates that are below 15% or click through rates that are below 2%. Like these are signs that your list is stale, it's outdated, it's filled with people who don't actually want your emails or care about them. And another, pretty basic one here is like if people unsubscribe from your email list more often than they click around in your email list, it's a clue. And all of these things are pointing to clues that it's time to update your email list because a smaller, more targeted list of recipients is going to get you closer to that high ROI that can be fantastic email marketing. I just said a lot of things. I just want to say one more thing, which is like, can you even conceptualize that only 20% of marketing emails ever get open? And it is still the highest ROI marketing tool out there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It really is. It's nuts, but we live in our inboxes, do we not? I mean,
Oof.
on a personal level, I put my eyes on every single, for the most part, every single email that comes into my inbox, right? Like we're looking at it and we are making that instantaneous sorting decision of like, does this get deleted? Is this something I'm going to read? If I do want to read it, can I do it now? Am I going to do it later? Like we're making that instantaneous decision. And a lot of that is based on brand. Like I've opted
Mm.
into brands over time. Who do I want to hear from? Who do I not care about? Oh, maybe I should go unsubscribe from this one because I find myself annoyed when I see the name pop up in my inbox. But, you just gave a lot of really good and important statistics about email marketing. And, you know, email list cleanup is something that we tend to talk about with clients who have been in business for a long time. They have pivoted from thing to thing to thing. They have had a number of lead magnets and freebies and opt-ins over the years. So people came in for, this one particular lead magnet about nutrition. And then, 2 years later, I had this one about a fitness plan. And then 5 years later, and so all these people came in from various things. And maybe the thing that you're doing today is related, but not exactly why those people subscribe to your list in the first place. And that means time to clean up.
Okay, just to draw a clear line from what you're saying to what we're talking about is people over time have signed up to receive emails from you. And over time, your offers maybe have changed slightly, or the exact thing that they were interested in hearing about isn't necessarily what you're talking about anymore. And so now we're saying, hey, a lot of these people aren't opening your emails because they're no longer interested in the thing you do now or what you have to say now.
Totally.
So we need to do some hygiene on our list and remove all those people who they're just not into this.
Yeah.
And that's fine because we don't want people who aren't interested. We only want qualified people reading these emails.
Yeah. And there are a couple big reasons why doing a regular list cleanup matters. So, one is that a super bloated, unresponsive list can hurt your deliverability as a sender. So, poor deliverability means you're getting lots of bounces, whether they're hard bounces or soft bounces, which maybe indicates that you are sending emails to people who have since moved on from particular jobs or closed certain email accounts. Like basically that they're dated in a way or that you haven't kept up with sending to them regularly enough that now they're sort of gone, ghosted. They no longer exist in the email tools. But this poor deliverability can damage your relationship with your email sender or even get you blacklisted from being able to send emails if your bounces get too high because they're going to think, oh, you're just sending cold emails to people when it's like, no, they actually opted in, but now the list is so stale. Another reason this matters is because with certain email clients, you pay by the subscriber. So once you reach a certain threshold, whether it's, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 subscribers, you are paying more money, a higher tier of service. So you might be potentially paying for people who aren't even opening your stuff. They don't even care about your emails, but yet it is costing you money every month or every year to
Mm.
send these emails to them. And the third thing, something that we have seen before,
Oh,
is it feels good to say that you have a big email list. But if they are not
I have a big
buying,
list.
right? It's kind of like a badge of honor. It's like I only sleep 5 hours a night. I just don't need it. But
Are you quoting me?
if you have a big list, but they're not buying, then ultimately that is all ego and very little impact. So, what we want for you and what we want for ourselves is a really tight list of engaged readers, of engaged followers, of people who want to be there, hear what you have to say, and are people that we actually have a chance realistically to move them down our funnel.
Could not agree more because we want to weed out, aside from all these things, we just want to weed out the people. We don't want to waste our time with people who aren't interested. We only want to talk to people who might actually be interested in learning from you, in helping support the existence of your brand by like knowing it, but knowing about it, or telling other people about what you do because they get excited about it. So we don't want to waste our time with people who ain't into what we got. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Brooke,
what
tell us
are
about.
I was going to actually ask you to tell us what are some of the biggest signs that it is time to clean up your list, aside from just being like, oh, I've been in business a million years and now I was selling purses and now I sell grooming to dogs. So these aren't the same people.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me of when I was teaching yoga and I had a big email list. And then I started sending those people articles that I'd written online, like unrelated to yoga. And they were like, WTF, Janae, we don't want this. That was a small sample. It was an experiment in my marketing. Uh, so do not try that at home. Um, okay. Signs that it is time for a cleanup of your email marketing list is you see a sudden drop in the open rates or the click-through rates of your emails. So you used to have really high ones, and now it's just like totally down. And that might be a trend over time more than sudden, but either of those is going to be something you want to look at. Okay, another one is an email that bombs out of nowhere. It's just like you have low opens and a lot of bounces, right? That is like, hey, go check your email list. Something's up and we need to fix it. And we need to weed out all the people who are just sitting on here, not doing anything with your emails. If you're getting lots of unsubscribes or spam reports after a specific campaign that you send out, that is a really big indication there is something fishy about your email list. Fishy with a PH.
Good
No, but for
one.
real, yeah, thank you. If you're putting out something that is being marked as spam or getting bounced back, that is also, it's like a dangerous situation for your credibility as a person or a business who's going to be sending a lot of emails. You don't want to mess up that delicate balance because you want to be able to continue sending high ROI marketing emails. Okay, a few other ones. If you have a high percent of inactive users, or that's literally people who haven't opened an email from you in 60 to 90 days, so like 2 to 3 months. And I just want to say from personal experience, like there are so many lists I'm signed up for that I haven't opened that email in like a year, and they keep sending it to me. And I'm like, could you just do me the favor and unsubscribe me from your list? I obviously don't want to receive it. So I'm telling you that so you can go ahead and do all those people a favor on your list and just remove them so you don't have to carry that extra cost or risk or liability, let's say. Okay. And then the last one, and this is a really big one, is you haven't emailed your list in a long time. And then now you're kind of scared because you think it might lead to a lot of unsubscribes or a lot of bounce backs. Brooke, can you talk us through that a little more and why that might make you shake in your boots?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard so we got client stories, we got people who just ask us things because we're in marketing, but a question that we get fairly often is, well, I used to send out emails, but then I got busy. So I was at a networking event earlier this year, and there was a woman who said, you know what? I sent out monthly newsletter emails last year. In December, I just got super busy with the holidays and I never picked back up. So it's like I want to get back to it, but also people aren't used to hearing from me now. So I'm not sure if they still want to. So that can
Awkward.
be, yeah, it can be a little awkward. It can be kind of a fear-based thing. Another real situation that one of our clients had in the past is that they had a subscription service that was paid for monthly. And there was a whole email list of people that had signed up for that service, but there was hesitation to email that list because they did not want to remind certain people that they were subscribed. They thought that it would cause a slew of people to discontinue the service
Yeah, yeah.
essentially,
Not only unsubscribe from the emails, but
but
unsubscribe from
from
the
the
service that
service.
they so maybe forgot they were paying for.
Exactly.
Which I want to make a statement here of like, we don't think that's best practice. And that's why we are doubling down on like, keep your email list clean. And you don't want people who don't want to be there. And I stand behind that, even if it's money making. Like, it's not good for your brand reputation, and it's not good karma either. If I can just go out on a limb, like if people don't want to be paying for your thing, don't try not to remind them that they're not paying you so that you can, that's inserting my personal opinion on that. And this client was like, I actually want to not do that. So we were just like, okay, this is your business, you make the decisions. But that's not how we roll.
Yeah. And our stance on it is we need to be honest and transparent. And that actually, for us at Big Bad Marketing, would be a red flag that it is time to clean up your list. That is okay, we actually do need to send something to those people and make them aware that this is the situation and ask them if they would still want to continue. Because totally agree. It's karma, it's vibes, it's energy. I think it all comes back around, and we believe in full transparency and
Yeah. And
take
I'm
that
not
as you
saying like
will.
if you forget whatever, but uh I think that the place here where we landed was suggesting let's send an email. Do you still want to be subscribed to these emails? And that at least then you become top of mind again. And then if they think far enough to be like, oh, actually, I don't want that service at all, then that's their choice. But you're not trying to hide by not saying anything at all because you don't want, to take the next steps.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. So let's say now you've figured out some of these red flags and you are ready to move forward.
Okay. So, what you want now is to figure out the dead weight. But before you do that, if you want more tactical tips for how to send emails without crying into your coffee, if you just want helpful advice or just to see samples of really great monthly email newsletters,
And good
then
karma.
and good karma, you should sign up for the Big Bad Marketing newsletter. It is packed with helpful, funny, and actually usable marketing advice. So head to bigbadmarketing.com/newsletter, sign up 100% for free. And as a bonus, we are going to share our list of marketing levers that you can use to increase leads today. So bigbadmarketing.com/newsletter, you will not regret it.
Hey, and if you're signed up for a while and you don't open our emails, we're going to go ahead and remove you. Okay?
Well, what we'll
Thanks.
actually do is reach out to you and say, hey, you still want to hang out with us? And
Yeah.
that's what we're going to tell you how to do next. So, most email tools at this point have reporting that you can use to sort of find the dead weight on your list. So, that might be as simple as filtering by last opened date to figure out, okay, who are the people who have gone 2 to 3 months without sending an email? Now, that changes slightly if you are sending fewer emails. So, for example, Janae and I send a monthly email newsletter. We might say, okay, if they haven't opened in the last 5 to 6 months, because, 2 to 3 months, that's only two, max three emails. So I don't want to make an assumption based on that. But if you send a weekly email or you send multiple times a week, or you're sending different types of emails like promotions and like subscriber
Segmented
emails, and
lists.
yeah, if you're doing a lot more, then I think 2 to 3 months is probably fair. And that could be an indication of like, okay, they've gotten 15 to 20 emails from me and they haven't opened a single one. Like that's a pretty good sign that we're going to put them on this list of,
Bounce. We're going to
dead
bounce them.
dead weight. So, what you can do once you figure out who those people are that you're wanting to remove is segment them out and then run a specific re-engagement campaign. So, what we are going to do is we're going to make it a short and simple headline. Say something like, do you still want to hear from me? Do you still want XYZ thing? Like, do you still want the Big Bad Marketing monthly newsletter? And then give people a clear option. Just say, hey, we noticed that you haven't been opening our emails for a while. We just want to make sure that you're still interested in what we have to say. We don't want to clog up your inbox. You can either stay on or unsubscribe. If
Do
you
you still
really,
love me?
exactly, yes. And if they say no, you take it personally, you go have a little cry. Um, if
You cry in
you
your coffee.
if you really want to incentivize them to stay on the list, you can always
Mhm.
offer them a little freebie, a little coupon, a little deal, like a little buy two, get one free, whatever it is. You
A little
can
thing.
sweeten the pot, so to speak. You can give them a little freebie. So that's what you'll include in your re-engagement campaign. And you will just blast that out to all of the people on your list that you've identified as kind of your inactive people who haven't opened anything in 60 to 90 days. And then let them be the ones to decide. Now, of course, anybody who doesn't respond to your re-engagement campaign because they don't want to open emails from you anymore, you
You gotta
probably
take them off.
will. Yeah, you got to take them off yourself. But a lot of people will opt out that way, or you might get responses that's like, oh, hey, this was in my spam folder. I totally forgot. Or, oh my gosh, I love you. And thanks for reaching out.
Okay, yes. And I want to say here, like, okay, we started by saying that email has a huge ROI and big bad marketing in general. Like, we are proponents of doing good email marketing for our clients. And the reason that you want to remove all of these people who aren't interested in what you're doing is because if they're not interested, they're not going to buy stuff from you, right? Like if they don't really inherently like what you're doing or care to read your stuff, they're just going to continue clogging up your the top of your funnel. And so the point of, I think, the re-engagement and the opportunity to like entice them is like, hey, you stepped into my funnel at some point. Are you going to make your way down through and convert, or are you just going to sit there? And like, it's cool if you don't want to be in this funnel at all. But if you don't, then just like, let's just get you out of here. But don't just sit here and take up space from a person who might actually convert. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
all I
love
wanted
that.
to say.
I love that.
Yeah.
And with this, you can send just a single re-engagement campaign. Maybe you send two or three with some different subject lines, trying to encourage people to actually open it and engage with the re-engagement campaign. But otherwise, once you are done, whatever requisite number of campaigns you're going to do, just go ahead and delete all of those inactive emails from your list and trust the process because over time, this is going to help the effectiveness of your whole list, and you are going to be able to more specifically talk to the people that actually want to hear from you. You're going to see your numbers improve. You're going to be happy with it. I promise. I don't want to promise that, but I think you'll be
Okay.
happy with it.
Yeah, we don't make promises. We are not tax experts or doctors.
Or doctor, no medical professionals.
Okay, if you are like, I do want to do a re-engagement campaign. I want to send people emails that are like, hey, do you still want to be here? And you're like, I don't even know what to write in this email. Maybe the second or third one, I want to include a promotion. Like, if you're running your business and you're not interested in writing that email, but you know you need one, can you hire someone to do that?
Yes. You could hire us to do that if you wanted to, or you could hire any, marketing person or anyone that knows how to write an email. If you are just not good with words, you can hire someone. It's going to cost you maybe a couple $100 maximum for multiple re-engagement campaigns. And then you can just plug and play in your tool and send it to the right people.
Hmm. And I imagine you also could use that opportunity to be like, also build me a drip campaign so that before people get to the point where they don't want to be signed up anymore, I'm sending them through an opportunity to buy something. So if that appeals to you, go listen to our episode on drip and nurture campaigns and learn how to use email marketing effectively in the first place.
Yeah, love that.
Okay,
Very good.
so you've cleaned up your list. You got some spiffy new re-engagement email sequence that someone on Fiverr built for you. Now what?
Yeah, I think this is now an opportunity. Your list is a little bit lighter. You can make it stronger. And you can, the big thing for me with this is just more confidence in sending your emails. Like you feel more confident sending to an audience of people that actually want to hear from you, right? It's like sort of talking to your friends instead of just shouting out to a bunch of people who are like, they might not take kindly to the things that I'm saying. So you may be able to send emails more consistently and feel really confident that those are going to the right people. And it might encourage you to get more frequent with your emails because now you know that you're sending to an audience of people who actually want to hear from you. And it gives you an opportunity to kind of reset the baseline for your open and click rates in a way that is more true to reality. Whereas you were being weighed down by a lot of these people who weren't actively engaged, but now you know the clicks and open rates for people who actually do want to hear from you. And ultimately, you can just kind of prioritize the quality of your subscribers over the
Oh,
quantity. So even if you say you're a new small business and you had 600 people on your list, but you made kind of a complete pivot to a different thing. So you really do need to ensure that these people still want to hear from you. And now you've only got 400. That's okay. That just means those are 400 quality engaged people. And that's awesome. So, Janae, I do feel like some of this is kind of overcoming some mindset barriers because of things like I've got a big list and I want everybody to know about it. So, Are there
Is
any
that a t-shirt idea? I have a big
like
list.
my lists don't
I
lie?
have a big to-do list.
Yeah, right.
Is that another
Totally.
one? Because I have that problem all the time, and I'm like, oh, is that an ego trap that I didn't realize?
Oh,
I'm like, look
maybe.
how busy I am. I have such a big to-do
Ooh,
list. I
the
can't
busy
possibly
trap.
hang out with you ever
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, the busyness is a whole separate one. But are there like mindset shifts that somebody could make to help them feel okay about the email list cleanup process?
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's talk about a few of them. I think one of the biggest ones for me is that, and I've said this before, but let's drive it home here, is like a clean email list means you have better delivery rates, better open rates, click-throughs, conversions because of it, which is the higher ROI, right? Like you are getting the maximum impact from the effort, resources, and money that you're putting towards creating the emails in the first place. So that couple $100 you mentioned, like for the re-engagement, like those kinds of investments in building out successful email campaigns and um, like tools and flows, right? Like if you want to see the return on the effort of that, you want to send it to a really small targeted group of people, not a bajillion people who actually don't want to hear from you. So ROI, shift your mindset to allow for a clean list to give you higher ROI. And then in that same vein is like fewer people on the list means you have more of an impact. So instead of being like only 1% of people open my email, you can be like 20% of people open my email because instead of sending it to, I'm making these numbers up, this is not real, like 3,000 people, you're sending it to 300 people. And even though the like ratio of people who opened it is the same, or like quite literally, maybe the same people opened the email, you have more impact because your rates went up and the people who opened it and clicked through it actually wanted to see that content.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think the last piece here is just like a little sweet one, which is like the grass grows where you water it. And the list that you keep clean and nurture is the one that's going to convert. Those are the people who are actually going to buy things from you. And that's the bottom line here is like, it's sweet. And we like sending out our little email newsletter and people like sending out like cute updates and stuff. But at the end of the day, you're a business owner. Like you want to sell things and staying top of mind is how you do that. And sending out effective conversion ready emails is how you do that. So keep the people on that list happy and they'll be the ones that buy things from you.
Yeah, I love that. And with email having such a high ROI, it really is about nurturing that list and treating it like a living, breathing part of your marketing and not just saying, oh, well, I have XYZ drip campaign and I have this welcome email and I have this nurture campaign. So I'm done. I don't need to worry about it anymore. But you do need to consider your email list, and you may want to go through this email list cleanup as a yearly exercise to sort of keep things trimmed. Like it is like pruning a plant and caring for a garden. Like cutting it back is not going to weaken it, it is going to allow it to grow stronger over time. So you are clearing your path for the right leads. And if the things in this episode felt helpful, be sure to like and subscribe so you do not miss a future episode of the Big Bad Marketing Podcast. Thanks for listening.
Bye.